Hi, hello my dear students. Welcome back to the class. Today we are going to discuss about 8th standard science chapter 1 crop production and management. So in the previous class we have discussed about protection from weeds. Today in this class we are going to discuss about harvesting and storage. Before starting actual lesson, I would like to tell you something that life is not being a rich. Listen carefully. Life is not a being a rich, being popular, being highly educated or being perfect. It is about being real, being humble and being kind. By saying this, I will start today's class, harvesting. Okay. Harvesting of a crop is an important task. So harvesting is an important task. Harvesting means what? Why it is important? So harvesting is nothing but cutting of crop after it is matured. So then it is important only, right children? So the cutting of crop after it is matured is called harvesting. So once the crop is matured, we have to harvest. Okay. In harvesting, crops are pulled out. So in harvesting, crops are pulled out or cut close to the ground. So for example, pulled out means for groundnuts we are pulling out, right? So either pull out or cut close to the ground means rice. So rice we are cutting close to the ground, right? So it depends upon crops whether we want to pull out or whether we want to cut close to the ground. Okay. It usually takes 3 to 4 months for a cereal crop to mature. So usually the cereal crops will take 3 to 4 months to mature. Okay, the first paragraph, what you have learned? You have learned about harvesting is an important task. Harvesting means what? What is harvesting? So harvesting is nothing but it is a cutting of crop after mature. Okay, and the next thing, harvesting is nothing but in harvesting we are pulling out to the ground or else cut close to the ground. So these methods we are using for harvesting. Okay, and usually the crops, cereal crops will take 3 to 4 months for mature. Okay. Harvesting in our country is either done manually. So in our country harvesting is done manually or using machine. Manually means we are using sickle, one instrument for harvesting. Machine, by using machine called harvester. Next one is harvester. Okay, manually means we are using sickle. Machine means we are using harvester. Machine name called harvester. In the harvested crop, the grain seeds need to be separated from the chaff. So once harvesting is over, after harvesting, what happens? The separated from the chaffs, grain seeds. So after harvesting, what happens? The grain seeds have to separate from the chaff. Chaff is nothing but husk. Okay. So this process called threshing. So this process called as threshing. So threshing is nothing but what? Threshing is nothing but the process of separating seed from the chaff. Okay. This process called threshing, and this is carried out with the help of a machine called combine. So with the help of machine, what that machine name is? Combine. Why we are calling the machine combine? Because which is in fact harvester as well as thresher. So the machine is doing the work both harvesting as well as threshing. So cutting the crops, and after cutting the crops the seeds must be separated from the chaff. So that process is nothing but threshing. Okay, so that's why we are calling this combine, because it has both harvester as well as thresher. Okay, and farmers with small holding of land do the separation of grain and chaff by winnowing. So winnowing already you have learned in the 6th standard, 7th standard itself. So after threshing we must undergo winnowing process. Okay. So in the harvesting you have learned that harvesting is an important task, and harvesting is nothing but cutting of crop after maturity. In harvesting we are pulling out of the ground or cut close to the ground. Okay, and usually this cereals crops will take 3 to 4 months for maturing. And the next one is, in our country harvesting is taking place is done by manually, the instrument called sickle, or we are using machine called harvester. Okay, and next one is after harvesting we have to undergo threshing. Threshing is nothing but the process of separating seed from the chaff. Okay, and next we are using the machine called combine. Why we are calling combine means which is in fact that is having thresher as well as harvester. Okay, and the next one is storage. Storage of produce is an important task. So what produced? So grains have to storage. This storage is an important task. If you are not storing the grains properly, it may get spoiled and it may unfit for the germination or for normal use. Okay, and if the harvested grains are to be kept for a longer time, they should be safe from the moisture, insects, rats and microorganisms. So harvested grains, if you want to store for a long time, we should be very much careful that they should be they should be safe from the moisture and insects, rats and microorganisms. Harvested grains have more moisture. Usually these harvested grains have more moisture. So what we must do, we have to dry those grains in the sunlight. So if freshly harvested grains, which is nothing but seeds, are stored without drying, if this harvested grains have more moisture, if you are not drying directly, if you are storing, means it may get spoiled. Okay, they may get spoiled or attacked by organisms. So once they may get spoiled. Another things, the organism may attack the particular seeds, so making them unfit for the use. So after attacking, what happened? They are making the this particular grains unfit for use, and also this particular seeds we cannot use for the germination of seeds and for germination also. Okay, listen carefully. Harvested grains have more moisture. So if we stored without drying them, so if freshly harvested grains, which is nothing but seeds, are stored without drying them. So if we are storing without drying them, what will happen? You can see here, they may get spoiled. First things, they may get spoiled or attacked by organisms. If microorganisms attacked or any living organisms attacked, or grain may spoil, means those things will make the grains for unfit for use, and also we cannot able to use for germination. Okay, so hence before storing them, the grains are properly dried in the sun to reduce the moisture in them. So before storing them, what we have to do, we must have to dry those seeds in the sunlight. Then after drying only we can store. This prevents the attack by insect pest, bacterium, fungi. So if we dry them in the presence of sunlight, so it is prevent from the attack of insects, bacteria and as well as fungi. So farmers store grains in jute bags. So after drying, farmers usually they will store in the jute bags or metallic bins. So either jute bags or metallic bins. And however large scale, so this is very small scale, if they want to store very small amount of grains, they can use the jute bags or else metallic bins. But if it is large scale, so what they will do, you can see here, large scale storage of grains is done in silos and granaries. Silos is nothing but it is a large tower on a farm for storing grains. It is a large tower, it will be large tower, so in that we can store. So that is silos. And next, granaries is nothing but it is a grain storage house. So in that only grains the farmers used to store. Okay, and to protect them from pests like rats and insects. Okay, and the next one, dried neem leaves are used for storing food grains at home. So usually we are using the dried neem leaves. So whenever we want to store in home, so farmers are using this dried neem leaves. And for storing large quantities of grains in big godowns. So home means we can use this neems, dried neem leaves in the home. But if it is in godowns, so what we do, specific chemical treatments are required to protect them from pests and microorganisms. Okay, if you want to store in a home, we can use dry neem leaves, but if it is in large scale, big godowns, means we can undergo some chemical treatments to protect the grains from the pest as well as microorganisms. Thank you, children.